Hello and welcome to Murray Mason Meadows farm update number 3. And here we are at the farm. This weekend looks a little bit different than last weekend. That's the dog who seems to be having a lot of fun enjoying his new home. We are sitting here at the farm, and our update is that we have all this grass, which I thought was grass, but apparently it's not. If I get a little bit closer to it, you can see it's actually hay. And we have a lot of the hay, because in the back there are a couple of fences there. So the third fence back there is the farthest. There's a big field there, and I don't think we're going to be able to use everything. We're not going to be able to use all of this space. So within, just over an hour of being here, when we got the keys to the place, we had a farmer come by who farms the fields in behind, and he asked if he could rent that back 6 acres. And I guess it was seeded last year, or maybe at the beginning of this year. So what he's going to do, we thought about it, and we're going to rent that back 6 acres to him. And that gives us a break on everything, and it kind of solves our problem of what we were going to do there. So that's what we're doing there. He's also going to come by when everything dries up. It just rained today. He's going to come by and he's going to hay the rest of the place. Here's the back of the house. It's just there. So he's going to do that for us, clean it up for us. I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I don't know. We'll get to it. The dog is like following me everywhere. This dog's just won the lottery. Anyway, not sure what we're doing in there. We come to the barn. Here's the old barn. And we're fortunate enough to have had an old friend come by. And he brought a farmer friend. And Andy came by. Used to work with Andy Fordham. And he's also a farmer. So he came by, and what we didn't know was they actually used to have chickens here. We'll have a little peek. I'll show you. I didn't expect that ladder to be there. I don't think you can see very much, but here's in the old barn. There were chickens in there. And there's still some stables. No, don't go in there. Come on. I almost called you Rocky. Come on. Come on, Hayes. So we're thinking we might make this for our laying chickens. So that's kind of interesting. We've got that. I mean, this barn needs to be fixed up, but we were just going to take it down. So, Andy and John had a lot of really good suggestions, and it was so nice to have people come by just to help and to give us their opinion on things and what they thought they could do. This is open here. The other side of the barn. What they thought we could do and how we could best, use our space. And it's really nice to have neighbors and people who care about you. So here we go. We're going to be able to use that farmer, the farmer that came in like within an hour of us getting here. He's going to take from our manure pile. So in addition, he's going to hay all of this. This is where Andrew's orchard is going to be. So he's going to bring all this down for us because we don't have any equipment. In fact, we don't even have a riding lawnmower to get rid of all that grass yet. So that's something we're going to have to get to. Love this tree. So if we're walking through here, this is where I want to do the acre. This is an acre here. I'd like to do the acre of produce here. So obviously this poses a bit of a problem. And I'm not sure why this grass is down. It looks like maybe something was here. Maybe an animal or something. There's a lot of grass down here. But the farmer that was here, who's renting the back 6 acres, he's also going to hay this, and he's going to till it for us, which is wonderful. So we'll just let him take the rest of the hay, which is wonderful. He's going to take the manure from the pile and till it in to the soil. So hopefully within a week, this will be done, like when it dries up and everything. So when we get that done, I think I might be calling upon some friends who might want a bit of farm life, because this is, you know, you think an acre is pretty darn big. So anybody is wanting to come over for a seed planting party, I would love that. I'll keep you updated on that. Come out and, I don't know, I'll make some food and we can have fun. We'll see about that. If you'd like to join in, probably next Sunday. Okay, here we go. Look at him. He's enjoying this so much. All right. So if we're walking through here, actually, to give you an idea of how many tools we don't have yet and how we are just starting off, Andrew took an hour with a whippersnapper to do this little path. And that took a long time. Okay, so we're walking through the property a little bit here. Oh, and by the way, while I'm looking at the house, our contractor's been in and we're getting a nice place for Mom and Dad, and everything's framed up really nicely. We're so impressed. There's our new little well there. We've got a UV filter on that, and we're learning all these new things that we just never had an idea about before. So I would really like to take you into the barn just so you get an idea of what this place is like. Had a lot of suggestions here as well. Andy thought this would be a good place to sell our eggs, and his friend John is a goat farmer. He farms cattle as well. Very nice man. Sorry, I'm just trying to open this. Look at the hang of it. Okay, so here we go into the barn. Come on, Hayes. Okay, so we thought we could do cattle here, or we could do maybe cattle on one side, and I definitely want goats. So talking to John, who's a goat farmer and who has a lot of experience, it was really great. So we could keep some goats in here, and we could keep some cattle over here, which would be wonderful. But of course, we can't do this all at once. It's a little bit at a time. Not exactly sure how to get the water out of this yet. I mean, I know you pump it, but there's got to be a switch or something. Everything is not automatic like in the world I came from. Here's a couple of open stalls here. Okay, folks, are you ready for this? This is like a beautiful view. I opened the barn here. Isn't that gorgeous? So here we go here, and just to the right over here, here's my finger. That's the acre of where we're going to put the produce. So I know there's water here. I just have to figure it out, and so it won't be so far to bring the water. Here's another little area in the middle, and they all have gates, which is wonderful. So of course we need this hang on too, or we need like animals that can graze, because this is just too much land not to do something with, right? So you can see in the back, everything there. We have another gate over here, and this part here just goes out and around to the front. So there's I'll try not to trip myself. That goes around over there, so we could have some nice grazing animals here as well. And I'll leave that open, but I'll close that in a minute. Here we have a coverall, and I originally thought, hey, this would be a really cool greenhouse, but you know, to cover this with greenhouse material, that would cost a lot of money. So I'm wondering if there's enough light that's coming through it that it can work as a greenhouse, because when you go inside, it's pretty warm. Like, it already feels pretty warm. Let's go inside. I'll show you what this looks like. So Andy said this would be a great place to store hay, and you know what? He's right. I think this he'd even measured it out how many would go along here. So this is a great space in here. I'm loving this. I guess the people who were here before, they had storage, but I'm not really into storing everybody's crap, everybody's toys, sorry. So we'll find a purpose for this, a little bit at a time. Loving this building. Okay, we'll walk out here. Here's a training ring, which is great. Close that, okay? Okay. Here's the training ring. So I guess like our immediate plans are to get that 1 acre of land, put some seeds in there. So I've been working on a seeding plan and happy to have any help. If you guys want to come by, I'll give you the update on that. Loving the clothesline. There's another gate there. I'll just show you the other part.